Hi, Rich Spezzano here from Digitally Feelers. It's been over a month since I did a video tutorial. And it's because I've been away in Florida. I live in Pennsylvania in the United States, and I'm redoing a house in Florida. And I would have probably not done this video, but several of you have written me, and I'm humbled and so grateful that people really did like my tutorials and were asking me to do more and how they missed my tutorials. So I decided to come and try at least do once a week. I am not in my home in Pennsylvania, so the sound may not be as good. I'm not sure until after I record this. There is more noise here where I am in Florida. So let's get started. So let's try and do something interesting. I was doing some testing and we're going to experiment here. So I am going to type the word test. And I'll do all caps just for this. But let's get a different font. I want something more fluid. So let's try chalkboard. When you go to the fonts section, which is character, if you don't see character, you do view, studio, and character should be there somewhere. There it is, and make sure there's a checkbox, and that shows you your character right here. Under decorations in your character palette, this is outline, and I have it as none. So if I open this up and I say yes, I want a line, let's just make it thick. And you know what, while we're here, we might as well give it a different color so you can see that it's a different color in the character. So let's go back to the line, and here is called pressure. If I click this, basically it's the start and end of a line, so you can raise the thickness that way too. But what's interesting is you can add points. So for example, if I add this point, part of it changes. If I add more points, and I can keep doing these very weird looking distortions. And what's really wonderful about this, the lower you go, by the way, the less the line looks. And I'll explain kind of how this works in a minute, but I'm just going to be bouncing all over the place because doesn't matter how many, I just want to play with these and see what I can come up with. And then I can make it thicker if I want, like that. And I can have a nice distorted text. And then if I want, I could change the fill to none, or I can give it any color here. So that's what the distorted text looks like. Now what that means is, let's do a triangle. Okay, if I give this triangle, I could do the same thing on the triangle. I'm going to give it an outline. I'll make it thick so you can see it. So here's the pressure right now. And this is telling you the beginning point and the ending point of the triangle. So if I lower this, everything between the beginning point and the ending point goes lower. Well, there's only one beginning and one ending, so everything goes lower. But if I take, say, a middle and go here, then what's happening is here's the beginning and ending point, but this is where the middle is. So it's kind of a calligraphy look. So I'm just trying to show you what it can do. Like I can go bigger, and then I can pick another point and go smaller on this side. So that's kind of how that works. It's called pressure, and it kind of simulates a pen pressure. But I am going to now reset that like that, and that's it. So this is my text right here, but let's have some fun with this text, because you can do many different things with it. Like for example, instead of just accepting the text like that, we can go to effects and maybe add another outline. Let's see, outline to it. There we go. And maybe I want that outline to be in some kind of turquoise, and I can raise the radius up like that. And if I could, I don't know, I'm just playing here. Let's see. I could also go contour if I wanted to. So it kind of gives some interesting distortions. And in that contour, if I wanted to pick colors on that, let's say I could do a red, and I don't know, let's do a red and maybe an orange, like a yellowish orange to brighten it up. And it's pretty ugly. Let's get a close-up. I will totally admit that it is ugly, but you can come up with so many different ideas. Let's get rid of this outline. Actually, no, I'm not going to get rid of that outline. What I'll do is, instead of contour, let's go back to solid. So I did the solid blue. So there's other things you could do. For example, I don't know about blend mode. I haven't tested it. I don't think it matters. No. Let's see. Multiply shouldn't matter in this case. So let's keep it at normal. You can't raise the radius way up. So if you did that, for example, and then added a new layer, we could put that layer below it. And you could, oops, you could, let's say, put a box, and we'll select, instead of white, we'll choose that color, and then we'll fill it. So you can kind of do something like that, which basically brings you back to where you were. So I don't know why I did that. Like I said, I'm experimenting here, but you can do some crazy stuff within here. So for example, in here we can go back. We could do something crazy like this, and you can once again add, maybe instead of the red, maybe you want this to be a purple, and let's bring that down. So what's interesting about this is it's live. For example, if I wanted to change the text now, in fact, I will duplicate the text. Control Command J, move it down here, and now I can take that text and change it. Digitally fearless. Of course, my shameful plug again. I'm doing digitally fearless here, and of course it's too big. So, in fact, I won't shrink it. What I'll just do is go to the next line. There we go. So it's kind of fun. Now, they're showing here that you can also, let me see, you can't do it as a preset here, which you could when you did the triangle for some reason. But what I did decide I can do, and I've done this before, I did this once already. So what I can do is I can go to Styles. Again, if you don't see Styles, go to View, Studio, Styles. And I've done some already. So all I did was I did Add Styles category. And when I added it, then I renamed it to Text Distort. And that's right here. So now all you have to do, let's change this one, just so you can see the difference. I'm going to take this digitally fearless one. I am going to go back to layers. I don't want it to be the same as anything else, so what I'll do is I will change my distortion. I could reset it, which is back to normal, and I could change it to anything I want. So if I wanted this, this, and this, and maybe I wanted my, let's see, that sounds good. And now that's this one. Let's go into here, and maybe I wanted my outline to be small like that and a different color like a green, which is pretty ugly. I'll tone it down a little bit. And if I like this particular distortion, now I can go to my styles, and I go and I make sure that's selected, and then I do this and I say add style from selection. And now it's right here. So from now on, I can go to something new, File, New. Doesn't matter what size, I'm just testing. And I will type anything I want here. In anything, I'll just put Test again. And I will choose whatever font I want. I don't know, let's try that one. And then I'll click here. And it turns back to what I had before. So you can always find that style there. So I hope you like this tutorial. I will try to do one at least once a week. I'm hoping it came out right. Have a good day. I hope you found these videos useful. If you did, please click like and subscribe. And if you'd like to support me, you can buy me a cup of coffee at buymeacupofcoffee.com/df. And I hope you'll check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.